everybody, welcome back to Big on the Inside, the New Who Doctor Who Watch On podcast. Special little bonus episode. Harry, give us a bonus. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Oh hell yeah! It's like the fair over here. Doctor Who Series 13 has begun filming. My understanding was, I think we talked about it before, is that they had already started filming a couple of months back, maybe about a month or so back. But because the UK was plunged into a second lockdown, filming stops for maybe a couple of weeks, something like that, as cases started to rise, and then we were put back into the second lockdown, and nobody really knew what was going on. But the BBC have just confirmed that Series 13 has began proper filming. I'll give you a quick read of what they've said. They've said the 13th Doctor is on her way back, as filming for Series 13 of Doctor Who is now underway, with Jodie Whittaker once again reprising her role as the Doctor. Fans can look forward to seeing her on her adventures once again as she fights the good fight across space and time. The Doctor will return in the festive special Revolution of the Daleks. With safety protocols in place, the Doctor Who team are now filming under strict industry and government guidelines to ensure the safety of all cast and crew. With the added time and protocols required, the team will be completing a total of 8 episodes rather than the usual 11. So what do you think of that then, Harry?
I mean, it makes sense. I guess it's a little disappointing that the amount of episodes have had to be trimmed down. And I feel like this is a decision that has been probably been made rather late on just because of COVID.
Hmm.
So usually I would say that less episodes could mean that more time will have been spent on each one and making sure it's the best it can be in terms of the writing. But obviously, that's
Yeah.
not the case here. They've just had to kind of cut some episodes.
Yeah, that's what I was
But
thinking. Sorry, go on.
I mean, but maybe they have. I don't know. The episodes they've chosen, it could be they've chosen the 8 best episodes of the 11 they had, which could result in a stronger overall series, or maybe they've just picked the episodes which would be easier to film given the current conditions, which might compromise it. We'll have
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about the possible episodes that they've cut down. I just want to say something before we go any further. There is bound to be a load of angry people on the internet who will be saying that the BBC are using COVID as a cover up, and the actual reason we're getting reduced episodes is because the BBC don't have faith in Doctor Who anymore, and they're cutting it down because they don't want to spend money on it. And Jodie Whittaker isn't very good, and she's been sacked, and Chris Chibnall's getting sacked, and the executive producers are getting sacked, and they're cancelling Doctor Who, and it's going to go back to David Tennant, and they're going to retcon everything after that. There's going to be endless amounts of that. I know we're always try and be really positive on this channel, but I feel like we've got a platform. I should probably say something. There's a channel out there called TZEV, TZVI, Lev Think, LBEThin. And the only reason I bring it up is because I've seen a few of this guy's videos, and every single one is a constant of utter BS of why Doctor Who isn't particularly performing as well as it did in 2005. I'm just going through here and trying to find a video he's done, one that I saw recently. Um, Doctor Who fans now hate the show. They're starting their own fan hate. Filming a Doctor Who season 13 to start next week, or should it even bother? Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who fans form a racist hate group. What else do we have here? Doctor Who's Jodie Whittaker thought she was doing it wrong. Finally, she understands. What other rubbish do we have here? I feel like I'm just trashing this guy, but do you see the point I'm trying to make here, Harry?
I've never seen this guy on this guy's content, so I'm not going to comment specifically upon it. But I feel like, I mean, I have seen. I think even on the post on Facebook, I saw conjecture about this whole thing of the BBC want to cancel the show and all that. And I think some people have the tendency to project their own viewpoint onto something bigger than themselves, such as a corporation, if it's fact. So the fact that I don't like this show means the show is not doing well, it is failing. And while, yes, the ratings of the show currently probably aren't at the same level that they were during the show New Who's prime, I don't think the show by any means is failing. Like, I remember when Series 12 came out, every week consistently, Doctor Who was at the top of trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of engagement in the show still, and the show still, you know, it's still getting in like more than 5 million viewers a week, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Also, the way we watch TV has changed so much on 2005. We don't watch TV as in, this is on at 7, I must be in. It's on at 7. What channel is it on? It's on BBC. I'll watch it when I get back.
Yeah. I mean, literally, we were saying this because we've just finished recording for the Christmas Invasion, and we were talking about the viewing figures on different Doctor Who episodes, and we're comparing those to the most viewed, I think, non-sports program in this country of the last decade, which was Gavin Stacey, and that was over 10 million, but it was still, was it 11 million? The Gavin Stacey
11.5, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, but that is the most viewed, I think, non-sports program in this country this past decade. And there's a good handful of Doctor Who Christmas specials which are above that. So
I think if the BBC were honest, kind of sorry, go on, Harry.
I was just saying, I think it's kind of declining viewership, while part of it might indeed be to do with the show not being as popular as it used to. A part of it is also the fact that, like you said, the way we view television nowadays is very different, and a lot less people watch TV live.
Yeah, if the BBC were honestly considering axing Doctor Who because it doesn't achieve massive viewing figures, then they would have to axe a lot of their shows. I'm looking here, an average episode of EastEnders, a big BBC soap opera, attracts a total audience share of 35 to 40% of that night's audience. An average episode only gets around 500,000 views as it goes out live. Whilst a Sunday omnibus, a same day repeat. This is quite an old statistic, so maybe I shouldn't really refer back to this. The same day repeat on BBC Three used to attract around 500,000 viewers. So a repeat of the show on the same day later that night only attracted around 500,000 viewing figures. I'm not sure if I can find a bang up to date viewing figure. I don't know if it's something that's on Sir Daily. Here we go. EastEnders loses nearly 1 million viewers since returning from lockdown. So if the BBC are really considering losing programs because of falling viewer figures, then they'd have to axe a lot of their schedule, and so would a lot of TV stations out there.
I think especially with shows such as EastEnders or Doctor Who, these shows are kind of legacy programs. They're part of the BBC's identity.
Yeah.
Like, Doctor Who is still one of their main international exports, you know? Like, if I were to say what the BBC's main international exports currently are, I'd say Doctor Who and Top Gear.
Yeah.
And I guess that David Attenborough, and anything by David Attenborough, of course.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else that kind of compares when it comes to the BBC on an international stage.
When you think about it, like, sorry, to get back to the idea of the episode of about 3 or 4 episodes disappearing from the series, I was thinking about maybe this is a good thing. Maybe it means we're going to lose some of the padding, and we're actually going to have a more consistent story arc rather than people going, and what was that episode in for? Why did we have that? My other concern is that we're going to lose really good episodes, and they're going to have done the flip of that and not realize and put in some really dud episodes and cut out 3 really good ones.
One question I have about this release from the BBC, does it because I looked over it briefly, and did it mention any of the companions by name?
It doesn't, but in the New York Comic Con panel this year, there was Jodie, Mandip, and Bradley. And they all hinted towards this current series with Bradley saying it's going to be a really fun series that we've got coming up filming. So it sort of indicates that he'll be returning, Yaz will be returning. The only one who won't be returning is probably Ryan.
Really? So I mean, I know Tosin Cole has got a part on a US drama, has he?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a quote here from Chris Chibnall. In the strangest of years, the Doctor Who production team have worked wonders to get the show back into production. We're thrilled to be back making the show, given the complexity of making Doctor Who, and with new and rigorous COVID working protocols, it's going to take us a little longer to film each episode, meaning we expect to end up with 8 episodes rather than the usual 11. But rest assured, the ambitious humour, fun, and scares you expect from Doctor Who will be firmly set in place. For everybody around the world, this is a challenging period, but the Doctor never shies from a challenge. One thing that I just realised when reading that back is, if they wanted to do all 11, why not just move the release date?
That's true, especially because like we're not unfamiliar with Chibnall's Who having big periods in between. Maybe he's really determined to get back into a more consistent release schedule for Doctor Who. Maybe he just doesn't want fans to be waiting like they had to in 2019.
Yeah. Maybe so. If they've gone into filming now and it's going to take them longer to film, I'm thinking we might get this series around it's November. I think we'll get this maybe around Easter.
Maybe.
When's Easter? What month's Easter?
Is it March or April this year?
What's the month now? November, December, January, February, March, April. Actually, no, May, June. I think we might actually get it around August time, actually.
Okay.
Around autumn, because that's when it used to come out. I remember with David, you used to get it towards the end of the year, and then you sometimes be over summer to autumn. So maybe they're trying to go for something like that again.
One thing I'm wondering is, remember how Series 7 was split into a 7A and 7B, and how 7A was only 4 episodes?
Yeah, something like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Maybe they could do a reverse version of that, and so we'll get 13A and 13B, and so we'll have 8 episodes here, 13A, and then down the line we'll get the last 4 as 13B.
The fact that it's a reduced run and they're willing to reduce the run.
It's 3 episodes that have been cut, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not 4.
Yeah, it's 3. So
yeah.
The fact that the fact we're getting a reduced run makes me think that we're not going to see anything massive throughout the series that would warrant a change in the show's history, if you know what I mean, i.e. a regeneration.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get... And anyway, I always assumed they would save that for a Christmas special anyway, rather than just an end of a series.
Yeah.
So we get Doctor Who this Christmas, and then hopefully towards the end of next year, we will get... Towards the end of 2021, we'll get Series 13 with a Christmas special in 2021. What do you think is going to happen then? I know we've talked about it before, the 60th in 2023. I think they will be keen to keep Jodie on for that special.
Whereas I think they're going to have her regenerate before then and give us time to get used to a new Doctor.
Yeah, I don't think they will. Because then if the idea of bringing back previous Doctors for the 60th, it would not be that exciting to see Jodie return, considering we only saw her a year ago.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think with Doctor Who, I don't think anything's set in stone. I don't think anything should be set in stone. I don't think we should set up rules that the show has to follow when it comes to crossovers, reunions, regenerations, because Doctor Who's a show that's all about change. I'm open to any of them doing anything.
Yeah, and also my thinking was that we had a series this year, 2020, that we wouldn't get one in 2021, and that we would then get one in 2022. That was my theory. We will just have to see how it goes, unless they do a tenant and give us a years of specials, which I wouldn't be opposed to.
Possibly. I mean, Chibnall's definitely wanting to evoke that era, so maybe he'll consider doing something similar for his Doctor.
Yeah, so let us know what you think in the comments, guys. If you listen to this on iTunes, leave us a review, send us a tweet at Bigger on the Pod, and we'll see what we can do. Not that we can do anything, but we'll probably might write back.
We're gonna take over Doctor Who.
Can you imagine that? I think I'd be quite good at that.
You think you'd have a good go at being the showrunner?
I'd be a good showrunner. I don't know if I could write. I'd maybe need someone to do the writing, but I could be a good showrunner.
Like a producer.
Yeah, I'd be like, you got to do this, make this happen. That'd be a good video. We should do that. What would we do if we were in charge of Doctor Who?
If we were in charge of Doctor Who.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Yeah, I wonder who I would cast as the Doctor.
Well, thanks for listening, guys, and bye, everybody. Do you want to say bye, Harry?
Bye-bye.